Welcome back, everybody. I am super excited to bring this next guest to you. She is somebody that I've been following very closely for the last, I would say, a full month. We've made it a full month. Giselle, you've been somebody that's really helped me out, not only from the platform that we met, which was Clubhouse, but also helped me understand, helped me see the light to the topic that we're covering today, TikTok. So everybody, I want to introduce you to a very special friend of mine, Giselle Ugarte. She is somebody you need to be following, not only just on TikTok, because we're going to cover that today, but also on all social media platforms. She is a top influencer in every platform that you can think of. But when it comes to TikTok, I trust nobody outside of Giselle. So Giselle, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate you. And I'm so grateful. And here's the thing. We sometimes believe that in order to be great at something or an expert of something or the top of something, that you have to have as many followers as possible, like a million, bajillion, and it's really not the case. I'm someone who I'm on TikTok. I don't even have 1 million followers on that platform. However, I know the platform inside and out. I have, friends who work at TikTok who joke that I can explain the platform better than they can. And they've even brought me in to talk to their team and to some of their top creators all about how they can utilize this platform, not just to grow on the platform itself, but also how they can use the platform to grow in other areas of the internet as well as their life. And I know that sounds a little woo-woo, but that's also my approach to marketing. Is I'm a little bit of mindset and motivation with the strategy and the tactics and the practical tools. So I love talking about TikTok and what it can do for your reach, but also what it can do for you in confidence and as a creator.
I love it. And really, you mentioned something that really stood out. And I guess one of the reasons that I gravitate towards you and a lot of other individuals gravitate towards you, which is practical strategies. These are actionable strategies in this channel. Just as a full disclosure, this is what we talk about, actionable strategies. And actually part of my intro, because yes, strategy is awesome just in general in the abstract, but then at the end of the day, you have to write something down. At the end of the day, you have to record something. At the end of the day, you have to door knock somewhere. So providing actionable strategies is really what this channel is about. And that's what you provide. Again, we met on Clubhouse, and just the information that you provide in audio form makes a lot of sense. You're able to articulate it from a concept into something actionable. So we really appreciate that on the platform there. But specifically to TikTok, you're my first TikTok video on this channel ever. I don't think I've even brought up the word before. So I'm telling on myself. So you are my first guest, and you're probably going to be my only guest on TikTok because I plan to have you back. Again, I'm not going to listen to anybody else. So when it comes to TikTok, for my audience's sake, what is TikTok and where's the opportunity for real estate agents?
Well, first of all, before anybody rolls their eyes or tries to tune out, if you think that it is just kids and dancing, you have not been on the platform long enough. And I promise you, it is so much more than that. You do not have to dance. I do not dance. You can if you want to. If you do want to, if you're like, but Giselle, I wanted it. Okay, you could do it. You could do it if you want to. But you don't have to do it if you don't want to. And let me give you a summary of what this platform is. So the entire platform is a short form vertical video app. What does that mean? 6 to 60 seconds. So 6 seconds to 1 minute max vertical video. So ideally, they are wanting you to create this short form video on your phone using the tools you have. It will not be bad or wrong or a failure for you if you end up bringing produced content to the platform, but their hope is that you'll kind of break out of that. And again, breakout does not mean that you're not using the production team, but they want you to show up as you are. And if what you are is you love high quality video and you love putting together master productions, that's great, but you don't have to. And in fact, they make it really easy for you to edit inside of the app. But this is what is magical about it. Is not only is short form video the way of the future, by the way, because in case you haven't noticed, every other platform is attempting to copy TikTok's model in terms of consumption, but also in terms of what is called the For You page. So when you log into TikTok, you are presented with two feeds. You have the feed of the people who you follow, And then you have the default feed, which is what opens up when you open up the app, and it's called the For You page. Now, don't be mistaken. The For You page is not just one page, which is why I call it the For You feed. It is a feed that is quite literally customized for you. It's based off of your watch habits. And so if you're not seeing a lot of variety in terms of what you see on the platform, like if you find that you're seeing a lot of teens or kids or things that doesn't serve you, then you need to spend a little bit more time on the platform so that it can get to know you, not just based off of what you like and who you follow, but what you're spending the most time watching on that feed, or what you're spending the most time watching on their profile. And then all of a sudden, it feels like TikTok can read your soul and start recommending content that is specific for you. Why is that important? Because that allows for you to get organic reach, meaning people who don't already follow you to see your content, and in a very targeted way. On every other platform, you would have to pay to get people outside of your following to see your content, and then pay even more to get it targeted. But no, you get on TikTok, and if you're putting out content about real estate, buying a home, then as long as you are, maximizing and optimizing your video, for example, the text inside of your video, the captions on your video, the hashtags that you're using on your video, it is very likely that who sees your video is going to be people who are in and around the real estate industry, or who are in and around shopping for real estate, and even better, not just in general, within your region, within your zip code. TikTok is recommending you to people who live within your location, but also you could hashtag your city, your state, your region, and then have a higher probability of getting in front of people who would actually buy from you. And this isn't specific to realtors. If you have any small business that requires people to be in a specific location, you can use that strategy. Anywhere else, that is unheard of. And so I'm going to go ahead and read your mind for a second. For those of you who are going, well, Giselle, if all of the other platforms are copying it, I'm already on Instagram. Can I just do this on Instagram? I mean, you could do whatever you want to, boo-boo. You don't have to do anything that you do not want to. But with Instagram Reels, they are attempting to get a little bit more discoverability with the Reels feed and having your content recommended on that Discover page. But it really does not compare, because Reels is only a tiny little feature of Instagram. And yes, they are pushing it right now because it's a new feature of Instagram. With TikTok, it is the entire platform. The entire platform is short form video. And the people who are on that platform are fully engaged. They are not looking at, they're not multitasking on other platforms. Their volume is turned all the way up. There's no rewind or fast forward. So if they want to see your whole video, they have to watch your whole video and then it loops again. On other platforms, more than 80% are watching without sound, and most of the time they're doing other things. They're watching TV, they're cooking, they're cleaning their house. On TikTok, you have to be fully engaged, which allows for you to fast track that connection and that relationship more than any other platform.
All right, Giselle, I'm gonna have to retitle this because you just went into straight Masterclass. It was already gonna be called Masterclass, so I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Z, as you know.
Yep.
You went Super Saiyan. Just giving you a heads up on
okay.
that.
I think that's awesome. A good thing, right?
It's an amazing thing. That's an amazing thing. It's you can't be beat. You can't be stopped right now. So Giselle, that was awesome. So I need to try to pull some nuggets that I wasn't aware of. So one of the elements of discoverability, that has always been something that fascinates me with TikTok in particular, because as you and I both know, on the YouTube world, that's something that is not the simplest thing to do. Getting on that recommended tab, you're cutting off your left hand or your right hand to get on there oftentimes. So having that understanding that your content is being consistently promoted and being able to target it to more of a regional feel, so people that are actually in your community that can buy a house or sell a house or rent, whatever the case may be, the real estate agent that is, partaking in that's powerful. And then to top it off, so not only are you being exposed to everyone, but here you're being more geographically, I guess, pushed as well. But then to top it off, you have that engaged, as you mentioned, you can't fast forward or rewind. If you missed it, well, guess what's happening? They're watching it again. So having such an attentive audience is just unreal. So I can see why people are able to grow a massive following. I'm not going to say quickly, but it's like no other
quickly. It is, you know, you have the ability. Is it guaranteed? Are you entitled to it? No, but you have the ability where chances are, I mean, here's the thing, you guys, I have been on Instagram for years and years and years, and it is really hard to grow no matter how great your content is, unless you have some sort of an outside collaboration or someone is sharing your content and it's going viral in an organic way. And that's the thing too that people forget about with TikTok. TikTok did not invent virality. Virality happens because everyone and their mom sees a piece of content and then they want to share it with everybody else, or they want to save it and watch it again. So it is possible for that to happen, but it's very rare. It is like winning the lottery. Whereas TikTok, your content is guaranteed to be seen by people who don't follow you. That doesn't mean that it is guaranteed that it will go viral or that you are guaranteed to get more followers, but every single piece of content has the chance to be seen by people who don't know who you are. And that on any other platform does not happen.
That is wild. That is wild. Okay, so I'm going to do some quick rapid fire items just so I understand the functionality a little bit better. Can you title your videos?
You can. There are two ways to do this. The first is you could use text. You can insert text into the video itself, not to be confused with the caption, but you can add text and you can set timing for your text in and around your video. So typically I will include a title at the beginning of my video that I will include as text inside of the video as my hook. So for example, I think the last video I did was 4 types of content you should be posting on TikTok. So at the very beginning, my hook, you know, capturing people in that first frame was I had the text right there. And then you had me saying 4 types of content you should post on TikTok. And then I pulled people in that way. But then also when you're getting ready to upload your video, there is a little box called cover where, similar to Instagram, IGTV, and Instagram Reels, you can slide to the part of the video that you want to have be your cover, and it ends up showing as like a little loop. And then from there, you can also pick a cover title image. So similar to your YouTube thumbnail, you can choose a little slider, and it has all these different colors that you can choose from. I choose red to just be consistent, and I stick with red every single time. I usually put it in the top or lower third of my video so that you can still see my face. And then I will think of that title as a playlist item. You know, where TikTok, you have to remember that most people who are coming to visit your profile have no idea who you are or what you're about. So rather than thinking about it from the perspective of the YouTube image that you want that to be the attention grabber, on TikTok, it is ultimately that title that you want it to look like a playlist. I lost you for a second. There you are.
Yeah, it's my very expensive camera. It's
Great.
Not expensive, by the way. It's on a timer, so it used to help me a lot because I used to have videos that drag on forever. But in instances like this, it's bad. But back to you, Giselle.
No, it's all good. So if we were to snip that, but then you also have this title that you can include on your video, where you're given options of what that little title card is going to look like. And I highly recommend using it. You could hypothetically slide to the part in your video where you're sliding it to the caption that you used, but what it seems like TikTok is leaning to right now is they're using different ways of search engine optimization, where they're searching for text in different ways on your video. So I always say, like, if there's one more place where you can put words and keywords that could help you to get discovered in the right way or get recommended to the right people, then absolutely do it. So the title card just adds that little element of polish, and you're able to add it that way. But think of it like a playlist. If someone didn't know who you are or what you are about, rather than teasing them with that title, give them an actual, straightforward what they're going to get when they watch that video.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So a little birdie told me that you're actually named the top 100 women to follow on TikTok from the platform itself.
For Women's History Month, the birdie is correct. I feel very grateful that TikTok did handpick me as one of the 100 women to watch for Women's History Month. I'm like, that's what it's called, right? I should know that, right?
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't know that. It should just be a given, because I had already pegged you that. I would say top 1. That is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Really excited for you, because I know the amount of value that you bring from, the setting, how we met with Clubhouse, and just so much valuable information that you share with real estate agents. That's we were talking about the family that we have created there. So with the amount of help that you provide to real estate agents, that's super beneficial and, actionable. So in that vein, taking advantage that you're here and you're one of the influential people to follow, as real estate agents, what types of videos should they be making? How should they see TikTok? The pushback that you already get, because you have a lot of clients, and I hear this as well. I don't have time to do anything else. So help us really buy into TikTok, but also give us something actionable so we can go out and make you proud tomorrow.
The other day I hosted a TikTok boot camp, and at the end of the boot camp, I said, for anyone who waits until the end, I am going to shoot a TikTok video right here in front of you, unfiltered, unedited. You are here. If I mess up, you're going to watch. And I'm going to show you exactly how I create the video so that you're able to see practically what I do. And so I shot the video, and I actually had the timer set wrong, so I had to start over again. And then right before I was about to post the video, I saw I had this like flake of dry skin on my forehead, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it, because if anything, I hope that if someone, first of all, I doubt anyone's gonna notice. Second of all, if they do notice, TikTok pays attention to all watch time. Doesn't matter if it's positive or if it's negative. More time on your profile is more time that is going to be recorded and recommended for that person who's leaving that comment, whether it's kind or nasty. So I made it a point to let people know, hey, yes, I do see that thing on my forehead. I'm gonna post this anyway. It took me about 11 minutes total to upload this video that I had to reshoot, and that I was explaining at the same time, where usually I wouldn't have to explain that. So it probably would have actually taken me like 7 or 8 minutes. Within 24 hours, it had 6,500 views. Where else can you do that? If that does not typically happen. I had someone from our real estate group on Clubhouse who he's been listening week after week after week, where he'd upload maybe 6 or 7 videos that in total maybe had like 2,500 views combined. Well, video number 7, over 100,000 views in less than 48 hours, was starting from 0, had less than 1,000 followers, and now all of a sudden he was on his way.
Wow.
And again, he just filmed it on his phone really quickly and threw it up there. That does not happen anywhere else. And so ideas that you can potentially use to start posting on the platform is really think about, I always ask, what are those 5 to 10 questions that you are getting the most from your clients? Those questions that you could answer them in your sleep. What are the questions that they always have? Whether it is, how many houses are we going to see? What is it like to work with you? How much house can I afford? How much money do I need to put down? All of those different questions, what are closing costs? And who your ideal buyer is. So your ideal buyer might not have any of these questions. They might be something completely different. But I encourage you to follow my client, Quen Williams, who she knows exactly who her buyer is. You can just see it in every single thing that she does. It is a millennial first-time home buyer, and she is answering questions the same way that she would to an actual client. She swears like a sailor. She shows up exactly as she would in the car with you. She lets you into her own home, and she's personable. She connects with you, and she's so good at it. So, just think about what are those questions that you're getting constantly, and how can you make that answer that question in ideally less than 60 seconds, but even less than 30 seconds. How can you hook people in right away? I would recommend starting with the question. How much house can you afford in Dallas, Texas? What is this? Or 3 things you should know before buying your first house. Boom, go into it. So get rid of the breaths, get rid of all the polish that you're used to hearing, and just start creating content. But I will say, on any platform that you are new to, whether it's TikTok or Clubhouse, take some time and listen. Follow a whole bunch of people, see different styles of content and industries, explore outside of your industry, see in your industry as well, but explore outside of your industry, and just pay attention. Pay attention to the videos that you like. Pay attention to the videos that you don't like. Write down what it was that you liked. Write down what it was that you didn't like, and figure out how you could potentially apply that methodology to what it is that you are doing.
That's so good. I've had an idea rolling around in my mind for a while. So seeing as how you are an expert here, I want to just throw this idea and let me know, hey, that's dumb. Don't ever try that. But I'm used to seeing days in the life of a realtor in YouTube. That's my space, as we know. So I've thought about, as a realtor is going out and showing homes, maybe not do a day in the life of, but as they go to a house and show that house to X, Y, and Z client, and then they go to the next one. So if they had 4 showings as an example, I've thought, would it be a good idea to make a TikTok of each one of those houses?
I actually love your idea of a day in the life of a realtor. I do day in the life, I need to do one actually, because I haven't done one. I'm like, I don't think I've done one in like a month. I really do like day in the life because it allows for someone to get to know you. One of the best examples that our friend Glenda Baker shared in a Clubhouse room recently is she said, listen, people aren't following you because they want to look at house porn, unless it's what you want. I know that there are definitely teams who have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers, and all they have is houses. Yeah. But that's also really important, is to ask yourself, what is my intention of being on this platform? Is it that you want people to buy from you? Is it that you want to be a thought leader in the space? Is it that you want to leave real estate? Is it that you want your client's house to go viral? You need to decide what that is. And there's no right or wrong answer to that question. All of those work, but all of those take different strategies. So if all you're doing is house listings and house showings, then just know that chances are people aren't going to get to know you unless there's some sort of commentary, or you're holding the phone in your hand and you're going around the house and showing things that way, where we're getting to see your perspective on it. People aren't following you because you're the encyclopedia of real estate. They're also not following you because they're looking to see, the listing. They could Google that if they wanted to, and it'd be a lot easier to find that. They're following you because they want to get to know you, they want to connect with you, and they want to like you and trust you and connect you. And you're able to do that fast tracked on this platform more than anything else. So I would almost prefer the day in the life over the just the house tour. The house tour, I think, would potentially do better on Instagram and Instagram Reels, where it's, someone is following you in your area and they might want to look at something specific and in current time. It actually reminded me of something, which with TikTok, you never know when the video is going to wake up. It could wake up immediately. It could wake up days, weeks, months down the line. Another beauty of TikTok is that as long as people are engaging with your content, it will continue to be shared. Whereas on Instagram, your content really only has a life of about 24 to 48 hours. So it's possible that you do that house tour, but then by the time it shows up on my For You feed, that house has already been sold. And that's okay, because it's still showing the types of houses that you show, or that you have in your portfolio. Yeah. But if your goal is that you want to go on TikTok to sell that house faster, realistically, I mean, it could happen, especially if people are following you specifically for that. And it's one more touch point. And everything works and nothing works, right? So I wouldn't discourage you from doing that, but I do think that there's power in your face on the platform.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So as you know, as content gets consumed, I'm trying to arrive at what so in YouTube, what I share is have a call to action. Have a call to action. Not in every video. You're not trying to be a salesy person, but have a call to action. And in YouTube, you know how it works. You either link something down below so people can click through it. It happens to be a landing page, what have you. So what does a call to action look like on TikTok? Is it call me and you provide a phone number, email me, comment down below? Is there such a thing as a DM? How does somebody go from watching you on the computer screen into speaking with you to work with you?
You definitely can't do the call or text me, at least not right now. I actually tried to put my community texting number in my profile and my bio was then hidden from me. So you can't do that. When you hit 1,000 or 1,001 followers, you have the ability to go live and you have the ability to put your website in your profile. And also once you're able to go live, that's where some magic really happens, because then people can go with you in real time on whatever journey you're going into, and you can share your phone number if you want to. As of right now, TikTok does allow for you to connect your Instagram and your YouTube. So that is also another way that people can connect with you. You also have the ability to set your settings on TikTok to allow for either everyone to message you or only people who you follow to message you. Some would argue the strategy of if you turn your messages off on TikTok, it will force people to have to message you on Instagram, which will then potentially cross-pollinate into Instagram. But to start with, I do feel like the best calls to action are the simple ones where you're not necessarily saying, call me, go to my website, but simply drop a comment below. Where do you live? Are you in the Dallas area? Let me know where you live, where you're getting to know them. Are you a homeowner? Do you rent? Do you buy? Potentially polling is a feature on TikTok now as well. And then as you get, that community, it'll be easier for you to ask share other things. Perhaps once you get to 1,001, something that I did was I began using that for email opt-ins. So for example, if you want to download my 5 tips for using TikTok that have nothing to do with the algorithm, head to the link in my bio and to learn more. And then, I had thousands of email signups within one weekend, which was just bananas. And so having some sort of an email opt-in, you could use there, or sharing your website specifically, or calling people to go to your Instagram for you, since you have a YouTube channel. A lot of YouTubers use the platform where, you'll have your video and you chop it up. If you want to watch the full video, head to my YouTube channel. And then you're able to get people that way.
That is so good. That is so good. All right, Giselle, we're just scratching the surface, but I promised you that I would get you out of here at a respectable time. So I know that a lot of the audience is going to want to learn more, especially from a top 10 marketer on TikTok. So again, when I say that she is the authority, she absolutely is. So how can people connect with you? How can people work with you? Most importantly, because as I mentioned, you're going to be my only TikTok person on the channel unless I become an expert, and there's a fat chance of that happening. So with that being said, I want to give my audience an opportunity to work with the leader in the space. So how can people connect with you? Do you work with people one-on-one? What does that look like?
Yes. So as far as TikTok goes, I have a boot camp coming up, and we do the boot camp regularly. So I know that you will link the sign up for the boot camp, and you'll be able to catch the next one whenever that is for you. And then you can follow me on TikTok at Giselle.Ugarte. I'm Giselle Ugarte everywhere else. Who knew that there are so many Giselle Ugartes that I couldn't even get my own name on TikTok, but here we are. And I do offer small group coaching, large group coaching, and one-on-one coaching, but not just for TikTok, for personal social media branding as a whole. I like to say that I coach influencers and people of influence. And so realtors are definitely that sweet spot right in the middle where you are a creator, you are a marketer, you're a personal brand, you're a business brand. And so that is my perfect little mix, which is why you will always see realtors very, very close to me, my circle, and what I deliver as a coach.
I love it. I love it. Giselle, thank you so much for joining us. Before we part ways, though, for those agents that are still on the fence, they see, well, Giselle, it's easy for Giselle, or it's easy for everybody else except me. For those people that are still, they're not even on the fence at this point. So I think the people that are on the fence after hearing the power and practical ways to get on TikTok, I think they've bought in. But those people that haven't even gotten to the fence, what are your parting words for them? And then we can sign off.
Well, they probably didn't watch until this point, although if they're still watching, I deleted the app 3 times. I deleted the app 3 times before the light bulb finally went off for me. So I don't blame you. But here's the thing. I would be willing to bet that you probably have more friends on Clubhouse than you do on TikTok. What does that mean for you? That means that there is a whole blue ocean for you to take over. That also means that you have this sense of anonymity where you can show up however you want. If you want to show up exactly how you have been on every other platform, you can. If you want to start fresh, try something new, get a little creative, you can even dance if you want to, then that is your prerogative. And I encourage you to do that. But I do recommend spend some time on the platform, really spend some time on the platform. Give yourself a few days, give the For You feed a chance to get to know you and what you might actually find. I mean, the latest research shows that unlike every other platform, when you get off of TikTok, people feel better about themselves. People feel better about life. Yes. Whereas a lot of other platforms, you feel worse. You hate the world. You have lower faith in humanity. And with TikTok, we're seeing that because the For You feed gets to know you in a certain way, because you're getting recommended content that you otherwise perhaps wouldn't looked out for yourself, you feel better. So why wouldn't you want to feel better?
That is awesome. There you go. That's the sell. That's the sell. And even just interviewing you today, it made my day a lot better. So, boom.
Likewise.
It works.
Yay.
Giselle, thank you so much. Everybody,
thank you.
Her contact information is going to be plastered everywhere down below. Connect with Giselle. She's somebody that is absolutely worth a follow in every way, shape, and form. See you next time.